Hey everybody, one of my pals asked me to help make kind of like a air intake thing on top of a nacelle, and I'm not exactly 100% sure how I'll do it. I did an air scoop for the bottom of the MSL before I retired it. So what I'm going to do is just I'm just going to start and save this as I'm just going to put scoop air intake, and then what I'm going to do is don't be afraid of creating as many components as you need when you design something, because you can go back in and edit each individual one. It's very important to remember that. So we're just going to play here. This isn't exactly to scale. It's kind of to see if I can figure it out, and if I can, I'm going to post this video for him to understand how to do it. So I'm going to turn on a plane here. I'm going to pick this one right here and create a sketch. I think I want to draw a fake top part of a fuselage first. I mean the nacelle first. So what I'm going to do is try to keep this as symmetrical as I can. And let's see, yeah, I think that's right. And I want to create what we'll be able to use to attach the scoop to, okay? And which would sit on top of the fuselage. I mean, the nacelle. I keep saying fuselage. So, let's see, yeah. So what I'm going to do here is just create this, hit enter, and then I'm going to do a push-pull on this with the Q and say, you know, this is the top of the nacelle where the scoop's going to live, okay? Now I need to think about, okay, what is the shape of what is the hole in the top of the nacelle looks like where the scoop goes through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a sketch on the plane that's underneath this, so that when I pull it up through, it will cut and remove it. So I'm going to try to keep this as symmetrical as I can, and so I'm going to do this on the bottom, and when I turn this I should see it under there, and I do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up through the bottom here, and actually I kind of screwed that up the way I should be doing it. I should be putting corners in here, because I don't think I don't think I can put a chamfer on it and then do that later. So let's just go ahead and add in some corners here. And now I have no idea if this is going to work. This may be just a video where we're wasting time. And but I have some ideas here on how this can work. But like I've said many times before, I am not an expert at this. I've just taught myself how to do it after watching some tutorials. And there's a guy named Lars that's on YouTube that in my mind has the greatest tutorials for Fusion 360. Now what I want to do is I'm going to pick this, I'm going to bring it right up through it and create my hole. So now I've got this hole here, okay? Now this is a part I have no idea is going to work. I'm going to have to bring up a offset plane, and I want to line that up exactly with the top of my skin there. Okay, just like that. I want to now hit OK, and I want to do a let's see, how am I going to do this? Actually, let's do, I don't know, that's close enough. Let's do another offset plane. I'm going to move this back just a little bit. That first offset plane might not even be needed. I'm going to have to create, and I'll show it to you here, like a spline up here, because I'm going to tell hopefully my air scoop to follow that plane. But let's hit OK here. Okay, what I want to do here now is create a sketch, and up here I'm going to put my intake for my scoop. Okay, I think to make it easy, I'm going to just create a rectangle to start with, hit enter, and then what I'm going to do is go in here. Now keep in mind, I'm sure there's easier ways to do this, everybody, but I'm just going to go in here and create some corners. And then I'm going to erase that rectangle. Hang on a minute, let me see what scale I did this in. Okay. And I don't mean scale, but I mean to try to keep it somewhat symmetrical looking, so it's just not a stupid looking scoop. Okay. I'm going to hit enter. Now I'm going to get rid of the rectangle. And just connect all those lines. There's a lot easier ways to do this, but I'm just showing you how I'm doing it right now, just so we can experiment and see if I even know how to make a scoop on top of this item here. Okay, so when we turn this, that's going to be the intake of the scoop. Now what I want to do now is I want to pick the center of this plane, and let's see, hit stop, hit create sketch. Now we've got that little dot right there. Thing that makes me nervous is I don't have a point over here. I don't know if this is going to work, so I'm going to pick that point there, and come down to here and hit enter. Now this is the big question. Can I grab the top line of this all the way around? And then pick this, hit create a loft. Nope, it doesn't work. So I've got to figure out how to I don't think it's going to be these, but maybe it is. Let me make sure I've got everything covered there. Looks like I do. I'm going to then pick this. Still didn't work. So hit cancel. See, I've done it off a flat area before, but I've never done it off of a curve. And that's what I'm trying to figure out how to do right now, is how to do the curve. I know how to do it off a flat plane, but I'm not sure how to do it off the curve. But I guess he could cut it down, but I hate to do that. And actually, I just think I figured out how to do that. Actually, I know exactly how to do that. So hang on a minute. Let me go in This is probably all one body. Oh, that's one body there. That's not a body. Good. So let me, shoot. I don't want to start all over. Let me turn off this body here. And then go on to this plane right here. Hit create sketch. Well, hang on a minute. Let me hit stop sketch. I'm just going to back up. I'm just going to back all the way up real quick because I know how to make this work now. Okay, I want to keep this right here because I'm going to extrude this through the scoop. Okay, and that's going to give me my curve to the bottom of my scoop. So let's leave that right there. I know I want to create the bottom of the scoop, so I'm going to hit an offset, create an offset plane right underneath that scoop line. I mean that curve line of the nacelle, where the nacelle is going to be. Hit OK. I'm going to go into this and hit create sketch, and I'm going to do it over here so I can drag that through it. Whoops, I'm screwing up here. Sorry about that. So what I want to do is I want to create a rectangle, and we're just going to, whoops, I picked the wrong kind of rectangle. Sorry about that. So here's my rectangle, and I want to put my corners in it. Whoops. Yep, I think I know exactly how to do this scoop. And to put the curve in it. Okay, so let's hit exit. Let's see if I can just slide that. No, I can't slide that down. So let's get rid of these. I know I could have turned off something there and slid them around, but keep in mind I taught myself how to do this. So, and I'm watching tutorials, not an expert. Hit stop sketch. Okay, now that's going to be the bottom of the scoop. This I'm going to drag through it to create the curve in the bottom of the scoop. And so now I need to create the front of the scoop. So what I'm going to do is create an offset plane. I'm going to drag it down into the scoop where I think I want it to be. So let's say it's going to be about here. And actually, the scoop that he wants has a curve in it, and I'm not sure exactly how to do that yet. I'm sure there's well, I'm going to play around with this first, and then I can figure that, because I think I know how to do that other one also. So now I'm going to go to here and hit create a sketch. Want to make sure I stay in the center here. I'm going to go up to about here and create my rectangle. Something like this. I would like to keep it as symmetrical as possible, so hit S. That looks good right there. So I want to go and create my corners real quick. Screw that up. Now I'll be honest, if I can learn in 3 weeks how to do Fusion 360 this good, I think a porcupine could figure this out. So let's hit the line tool. Okay, now hit stop sketch. Now I need to create one more line, and it's going to go from basically this plane. I need to pick that dot and go to this plane. So I need to hit create a sketch. I'm going to pick the spline tool. I want to grab right in the middle here. There we go. And I want to bring it down to, let's say, there. Okay. And I don't like that at all, so let's hit escape and do it again. Go to about here. Now keep in mind I can edit this at any time if I want to. Okay, hit enter, hit stop sketch. Now, what I should be able to do here, bum bum bum, and we'll see if it works, is hit here, create loft, pick that, and see I've got my loft now. Okay, there's my scoop. Now, I can go over here and click this right here, pick that line, and that gives me the curve I want. Okay, so if I want to hit OK, I can go here to sketches and turn back on that layer right there, and I can edit that, and I can pull it down more like that, hit OK, and you notice the scoop just changed. Okay, now to hollow this out is doing the exact same thing. You're going to go to here, right click, hit create sketch on that face right there. And I'm just going to do a rectangle now, for now, okay? I'm not going to draw this out. I'm just trying to do this as kind of teaching how to do this. Whoops. I always pick one of the two wrong ones. This is a center one, so I'll do it like this. Okay, I'm going to hit stop sketch. I'm going to go to the bottom. Going to highlight that, hit create a sketch. And here I am going to hit the S tool. And I'm going to create a kind of a rectangle-ish thing on the bottom here. That's good enough. And hit stop sketch. Pick this and this. Going to hit create a loft. And then I want to click this. Pick that line in there, and you'll notice the inside now is curved and it's hollow. Okay, now if I would have followed this exactly and this exactly, we would have an exact scoop. Okay, now to get the curve in the bottom of it we want for our fuselage, our nacelle, I'm going to cut right through. Oh, see, hang on a minute. I need to make sure this bottom line is different. So hang on, let's go in here and hit edit that. And I'm going to take this out and make a straight line across the bottom. Hit OK. Now I'm going to cut right through the bottom. Hit OK. And there's the curve you want for your nacelle. And that looks like an intake. Okay. So I hope this helped. Keep in mind, whatever shape you put into this, this would be the shape of the loft. Okay. So I think this is pretty kind of kick-ass. I love this program. I've only been playing with it for about three weeks, maybe. Yeah, I think about 3 weeks right now. It might be 4 weeks. Time goes really fast when you're having fun. But hopefully this is informative and shows how to do that top scoop. If you all need something else done, let me know and I'll figure it out. Thanks for watching my videos, everybody, and have a great day. And rock on.